This is the brand new Ford E-Transit Courier. It's brand new in this model year for 2025 with a electric drivetrain. So this vehicle has been on the market for a couple of years, but its electric drivetrain that we have in this one, in the E-Transit, is brand new, and it actually shares its platform with the new Ford Puma Gen E. That means that it has a 43 kilowatt hour battery. It enables up to 100 kilowatts of charging performance on a DC fast charger, but it has a slightly different drivetrain than the Puma. So this one has 136 horsepower, and the Puma, I think it's 168 horsepower. So it is a little bit less on this car, but quite sufficient for a van, I would say. Payload is 625 kilos, so that's a really good payload for an entry-level van of this size. Also, it can tow, and it can tow up to 750 kilos. It's just enough for what you might have for residential needs. But also 750 kilos enables you to get a smaller trailer for your smaller needs. So that's quite fine. In this video, we're going to get acquainted with the car. We're going to look at the interior of the car. We're going to look at the cargo area. We're going to get acquainted with the infotainment system. And then we're going to discuss the range on it. And we're going to talk about the charging performance of it. So let's take a seat behind the steering wheel. So we have some different adjustments here, and they're all manual, of course. So we have a wheel for the lumbar support here. We have the height adjustment, and then we have the back adjustment here lengthwise on this one here. Also for the steering wheel, you have quite a good range, both for reach and rake, so that's really good. So it should be possible to get a nice driving position here. Overall, the instruments are very simple. They are, I would say, intuitive. They have a really nice layout in this cabin. It's very modern. It's very car-like, I would say. This is a van, and you often actually forget that it is a van because it drives very much like a regular car, I would say. And that's also because of the shared platform with the Ford Puma, as I mentioned. The interior layout is very logical, it's very modern, and it has great screens in front of me. It has a really good instrument cluster here. I think it's around 10 inches. And it's very high resolution. It has a good brightness as well. Even during direct sunlight, you can easily see what's on the instrument cluster here. Also, this screen here is really good. It's a 13-inch, and it's the Ford Sync system, so it works really good, I would say. It is almost, if not exactly, the same screen as you find in the Ford E-Transit Custom. But as I mentioned, I'm really well set in my driver's seat. I have really good space for my head above here, and I have a headrest that is height adjustable, so that's good as well. And I have a middle armrest here, so it's easy to find a comfortable position while driving in this van. And then I have a nicely appointed, what is it, fake leather? It's not real leather, but it's really nice to hold. And it is a multifunction steering wheel, so you have buttons for your cruise control, for audio, for volume, and you can adjust whatever you see on the screen here in front of me. So that's really good as well. Let's take a look at the passenger side. So in the passenger side, we have a very, I would say, minimalist or very basic seat for the passenger here. So there's absolutely no cushioning. It's almost bench-like, I would say. It's not very comfortable, I have to admit. And you have no support for your back, you have no support for your legs or anything. But there is a reason why. And I would imagine that you can actually spec it with a different seat for the passenger, if you don't need the solution that I'm going to show you now. So in this one, we can actually, we have to remove this charging cable there is, but we can actually pull down the seat here and just move forward the headrest here like this. And then we can collapse it like this, click. And then if we open the cargo area here, so that means that you can fit it with longer items, conduit or pipes or whatever. So that's really good. What is it? It's not unique for this car, but it's there. It's a good solution. And then if you want to pull it up, just pull the strap here, and just, yeah, it's gonna be a bit difficult here with one hand, but yeah, it goes. And then you can actually lock it in place here, but that looks even more uncomfortable. So you can pull the strap again like this, lock it in position, and then you can pull up this bottom part of the seat here like this and lock it in place. And you can reposition the charging cable underneath here, So that's good that you have this stowage underneath as well. In the cargo area we have a very bright LED light here. I actually don't know if that's standard, but at least this model is fitted with it. And also we have a custom fitted wood floor on it, and also you have side paneling as well. So that improves the sound deadening, and it gives you a very nice floor for loading up all of your equipment or parcels or whatever without damaging the actual floor of the car. In the rear we have a split door. So this size of van could actually accommodate just a rear hatch, but we do have it with split doors in this case. So they open up like this, and then if you want to increase the opening here, you can actually pull on this lever here like this, and then extend it all the way up here. And then of course we can do the same in this side. So it is actually a two-hand job, I would say. Pull it out, and then the other one closed, like this. And it doesn't lock into place for some reason. I don't know why. So it is a bit loose in this position. You can close it again, and then it will hatch here, as you can see, like this. And then you can lock it into place, like this. So great opening. As I mentioned, 2.9 cubic meters in the cargo area, and up to 625 kilos of payload. And you have enough space here in the cargo area for up to 2 Euro pallets. So that would be lengthwise. But let's close it up and take a detailed look at the interior of the car. And as you can see here in the background, I am at a race with the sun at the moment, so I'm just gonna use whatever light I have. So there is this chime, of course, and that's because I was about to say the engine is on, but there's no engine in it, right? The system is activated or it's turned on, so that means that you get this chime. It's also to advise you that the door is open, so you can press OK on that. We have a trip monitor here, and we can actually push this button on the steering wheel, and we can adjust what we would want to see. So in this case it's going to be trip computer. I'm sorry, and this is all in Danish, but I guess you can translate it, most of it. So on the left you can see that on my trip I've done 425 kilometers, and the average consumption has been 17 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers. So that is really good. This has been mostly rural driving, but I've done maybe 150 kilometers of these on motorways. Still quite a good consumption, I would say. But this screen is really good. It's very informative. You have your speedometer on the right, and then you have your range estimate on the left. So you can see that this is the amount of power that you can actually use from the battery at the moment. So we have 100% available, or just about 100%. And then if you're regenning, if you're slowing down, then you will see it on this scale here. In the bottom here you can see a temperature gauge for the battery, and in the right we have a temperature gauge for the electric motor. Generally I would say that the electric motor would always stay in the normal area in the middle. I have never seen it in the red, and as well not in the blue, and it's not really normal to see it in those areas unless it's very cold outside, or unless it's very hot and you are, let's say you're driving with a trailer and you're doing maybe 100 kilometers per hour. Then you might stress it and see the temperature rise on it. And the same goes for the battery. Of course it will be colder during the winter time, and you can do some preconditioning of it, and then it will reach the normal area here, as you can see. So it's not really a scale, or at least it's an arbitrary scale, so you don't see any numbers on it, but I would imagine that in the middle is between 10 and 25 degrees or something like that. On the right here we have a 13-inch Ford Sync screen, and it's very bright during daylight. Now it's obviously the sun is going down, so it's hard to demonstrate, but it looks good in the dark theme as well. Here you have a split view, so you can see the audio, you can see the phone connected, and then you have some menus for apps, functions of the vehicle, and your settings menu. And you have a lot of settings, so I'm not going to go over all of those. The Android Auto, I would say, it's really well integrated in this car. It's very responsive, and it can fill up most of the screen here. So you can see there's just a bar in the top and in the bottom, and in the bottom, of course, for your climate control. Android Auto can be minimized as well. So that means that you use maybe 3/4 of the screen and have a quarter here for maybe a trip computer, for phone connection, or what kind of audio you're playing. So if you're not playing audio from Android Auto, but from the radio perhaps, then you can still have a small view of it here. But I usually go for this one, the maximized. One specific feature for the for this one is the we can look at the tow hitch, and then we can add trailers to it. So I have added my own trailer, LM52. So I just put it in. There's not really a lot you can do with it. It's not like the bigger trucks from Ford where you can actually adjust what kind of trailer it is. But you can give it a name, and then it can say how many kilometers have you driven with this trailer, for example. So that's really neat. And then you have your assistance systems you can turn on and off here. Auto hold, traction control. I mean, auto hold is not really relevant in this one because I have one pedal drive enabled, so auto hold is, it has no function now. Traction control, leave it on. Don't fiddle with that. Pre-collision assist, lane keep assist. It works really well, I would say. Then you have the drive modes. You also have a drive mode selector down here. And normal, eco, sport, and slippery. Charging settings, you can set the charge for DC fast charging. This is a one-time limit, so you can set a one-time limit to 100%, and then the regular limit would be around 90%, I think, at the moment. Oh yeah, and you can set up planned or scheduled departure in the morning, for example. So it preheats the cabin and it charges up your battery, so it's ready when you need to go. Other than that, you have a very nice appointed interior for a van, I would say. As I mentioned, it has a very modern layout. It looks sleek, I would say. You have nice door paneling here. You have some good compartments in the side. You actually have a cup holder there as well. And then you have your cup holder in the middle here. And then this is actually modular, so you can pull out this part and this one as well. So this is just a shelf, for example, and I would assume that you can get different kind of inserts for this, so you can change it up if you don't want cup holders, or if you want more cup holders, I guess. So just put it back in like this. And you have really good cup holders. They are quite tall. So that means that you have really good support for your cup here. And then you have a little shelf for the mobile phone here. But it's not induction charging in this one, unfortunately. Then you need to go for the higher trim level. This is the Trent trim level. So all of the equipment that you see here is actually basic spec, at least for our market. In the side here you have controls for your windows, and they are auto up and down, both for the passenger and the driver. And then you have your mirror controls here, and door lock and unlock. So very logical layout, as I mentioned, and it works as it should. So if you want to drive, you put your foot on the brake and then you push the power button here. And then with the gear selector you can push it down here and select L for low, which means it has improved regenerative braking, and I prefer driving that way. And I really hope my camera doesn't fall down, because it doesn't seem that sturdy, but let's give it a try. So this road is actually a great test for the noise insulation and for the suspension in this car. And as I mentioned, it is very car-like. It is based on the same platform as the Ford Puma Gen E. So it's a really, I would say it's really tailored towards regular personal vehicle, a regular car, and not so much a panel van. And that's really good for comfort. But you can still feel that the empty room behind me is able to accommodate a lot of payload. It is a bit stiff, but I mean, what you want to do? If you want to carry around 600 kilos behind you, then you need to be able to accommodate for that in your suspension. But as you can see, it takes turns really well. It's really comfortable, and the noise level is really good. So all in all, in conclusion, this is a really great entry-level electric van. You have joined me at the Eon Drive Infrastructure charging station here at Tyrstrup Kro in the southern part of Denmark. And we're doing a charge test of this E-Transit Courier. the naming strategy is not really my cup of tea, because all of them are E-Transits, as you can see, and then this one is the Courier. So as I mentioned, they have different versions of the E-Transit, so all of them are actually E-Transits, and then this is the Courier. So the charging port is on the driver's side here, and we have this lid here, and then we just have this flap that we need to flap down, and then you can put in the DC connector here, the CCS connector. So that's I think it's a good design. It seems sturdy and durable. So let's have a look at the charging speeds. I heard some clicking of the relays. I don't know what that's about, but it's still charging. And as per specifications, it should be able to charge with up to 100 kilowatts, and that's actually what we can achieve here. So it had a small ramp up when we connected to the charger at 28%, and now you can see that actually within just a couple of minutes, within 2 minutes, we have already reached 36%. The average charging rate is around 93 kilowatts, and that will ramp up slowly now. As you can see, the charging speed is actually above 100 kilowatts. So that is really good. It's on spec, and as I mentioned, especially on a 43 kilowatt hour battery, that's quite sufficient performance, I would say. That means that in an ideal situation, you should be able to charge up within less than 30 minutes. And that is not, of course, a 100% charge, but let's say between 10 and 80%, something like that. So all in all, I would say this is a great entry-level van. It has sufficient range. It has really good charging capabilities, as you saw at the charging station. It has a very modern appointment in the cabin here. It has enough payload, and you can actually you can haul a trailer as well with it. Some of the other small vans, you're not allowed to haul anything with it. If you're in the market for a small van, if you are doing a lot of city driving, for example, if you have customers within the metropolitan area, then I think this is a great choice. It doesn't take up that much space in a parking booth, for example. If you don't have enough range, then you can do with a short stop for at a DC fast charger, for example, as you saw. 20-25 minutes is more than enough. So thank you for watching this video. I hope it was beneficial for you. Please write me a comment down below and leave a like on the video. It really helps the algorithm quite a lot. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.